Hello, my adult leaders for 2024-2025 school year. Thank you so much for your dedication, for your willingness to be a part of this. I'm hoping the way that I have things set up this year is going to make your life a little less stressful and more focused on shepherding the children from one thing to the next and building good relationships with them, as opposed to actually having to prepare and teach and have more stress. So let me walk you through what a Sunday will look like. Now, some of you have signed up to do both Children's Chapel and Discipleship Hour. I want to explain that this year they're kind of one event. We're going to use the same text in Children's Chapel and in Discipleship Hour. And so Children's Chapel is what happens after the children's sermon during worship. And then Discipleship Hour is that hour in between. And so the Sunday event kind of looks like this. I've kind of said this before if you've seen other videos, but I want to explain it a little clearer now. So what will happen is we will break off after the children's sermon, and we will go in room 102 together. And at that time, that is when we're going to find time to dive deeper into scripture and do some sort of craft or activity that goes along with that. And because we have a wide range of kids who participate in Children's Chapel and Discipleship Hour, I went ahead and bought us a new resource called World Lectionary that has the Bible here. I always mess this up. I think it's pre-K through, reading, pre-K through third grade or second grade. I think we're going to use this through third grade. And then we have fourth through sixth grade in this Bible. So on Sunday during Children's Chapel, what we will do is we will leave after Children's Sermon, go to 102. I'll say a little something, get us organized, maybe do the craft right away. I'm not sure. It just depends on the Sunday and how we're vibing. Sometimes we have a lot of kids, sometimes we don't. And then at some point we will separate. We will have the little kids stay in room 102 and read their Bible lesson together, which is, it's only like 2 pages. I usually have the kids help me read, those who are readers, and, just show them the pictures so everyone has their own Bible. We have a whole Bible rack, so, you can excuse them to grab their own Bible. We'll turn to it together, and we'll read it together and look at the pictures. There's even, little comments in here on the bottom to help you lead it if you want to ask them questions. So that'll be about maybe 10 minutes, and then the other 10 to 15 minutes, it just depends on how long the sermon is and those kinds of things. We're usually back there between 15 to 20 minutes. Then we'll have time for a simple fast craft or activity. I usually like to let the kids, especially at 11 o'clock, run around, do some sort of physical activity. And then, so in case you don't know, so Children's Chapel, again, we leave after the children's sermon, and we come back pretty much after the sermon. That's when we start packing up, and we head back into the sanctuary or the worship center at 11, and we're there in time for communion and the rest of worship. For the 4th through 6th graders, their Bible's, just a little more graduated for the older kids. Also has great prompts and stuff in here to look at and talk about if you want to read the Bible with the 4th through 6th graders. So I will be doing one of these ages, and whoever I have assigned to assist me that day will help go to the other room. They will go into room 104 where there's couches and just sit around and read the Bible in there. So it's really I hope it's not too scary. It's just reading the Bible, and we don't have to have answers for them. We don't have to tell them exactly what it means. It's just a way to start diving into it a little bit more, and maybe talk a little bit about the children's sermon, because that's most of the time going to line up. We'll talk about that later with what we're doing here. So that is during Children's Chapel, both 9 and 11 a.m. All right, then we get to Discipleship Hour. In Discipleship Hour, we will start with large group, and I will lead that for us. So if you're thinking we'll do this from 10:10 to 10:50, from about 10:10 to 10:20-ish, we will meet together, and this is just pre-K through 6th grade. The youth will be upstairs with Tyler, and then I will join them, and that's grades 7th through 12th, and they'll be upstairs in the youth room. And so we'll get together. I'll lead a little bit of a large group opening. It might include a song. I got a new birthday calendar, so each week we can celebrate any of the kids who have had a birthday that week. I have some birthday stickers, just a way to just gather them together, create a little bit of an energy, and kind of get them on topic of what we're going to be doing that day. Then after that, we'll have them grab some snacks. And again, the little kids, or maybe the bigger kids, I don't know yet, will stay in room 102 and watch on the big screen. We have a video every Sunday, but they are like age specific. So again, we'll separate from like pre-K through 3rd and then 4th. Don't quote me again. I should have written this down before we talked. But you'll know what to do because I'll tell you exactly what to do every Sunday. And I'll also prepare you every week before you teach. So again, we'll separate. We'll have our own videos. And then that's going to take maybe another, so we're looking at like 10:20 to 10:30-ish with grabbing a snack, getting settled, watching the movie. And then from 10:30, if I'm doing my math right, 10:10 to 10:20, 10:20 to 10:30, then from 10:30 to 10:50, it's about 20 minutes, but let's be honest, I sometimes go over 10 minutes. It takes some time in between to go potty and travel, so we're looking at 15-ish minutes where you will be in charge of your classroom. I wanted to add a 4th classroom this year, but we couldn't make it happen, so because I just don't have enough teachers yet. I don't know, who knows, maybe things might change, but for now, what we'll do is we'll stick to kind of what we did last year. 101 is for pre-K, and pre-K, you guys aren't going to have much to do. I talked with my CYF team, and we all kind of agreed that the kids just need to kind of fidget and play with each other and get to know each other. And I think between large group opening, the children's sermon, children's chapel, the movie, I think they're okay. I think they're okay to have some time to just be together and be in community and just play, and the importance of play. And so if you are teaching the pre-K level, you'll get to help organize play. In room 102, there's sand in there. There's some games that we bought over the summer, like Uno and this little fishing game. There's building blocks. There's books if you want to read a book. It's really just kind of up to you what you want to do. Then, and I can give you suggestions if you want more than just playtime, okay? And then we have grades. So I have the only kindergartner. My son is in kindergarten that I know of, the only kindergarten I know of. And because he's already reading English, I'm going to go ahead and put him in with the 1st through 3rd graders. And so we'll have, the next classroom is 1st through 3rd grade. If we have other kindergartners, I'm going to kind of let parents decide. Do they want to be with the preschoolers and play, learn, or do they want to come and kind of a little more structured with sitting down and working on a leaflet and that kind of thing? So in the 1st through 3rd classroom, I'm going to have 2 different pamphlets for you. I'm sorry, it might be a little confusing, but I'm hoping it's not. So their folders are going to be yellow and green. The kids will get this on the first day. They'll write their names on it and they'll keep it here with us. And inside their folder each week is going to have their leaflet that they're going to pull out. Again, I will send you the leaflet the week before just for you to like glance at it quickly to see what you guys are working on. But that's what they'll do for the last 15 minutes. You could talk more about the movie. You could talk more about, like, see if they have any questions. You could work on the leaflet. I'll give you maybe some different, like, activity ideas if they're getting restless, and maybe you want to just do some, like, icebreaker kind of stuff. It doesn't, really this time is, good for them to dive deeper on their own, especially for those introverts, but also a good time for them to get to know each other more as a class. So I am trusting each teacher to do what they think is best for their class for that 15 minutes. And I know that they're just going to be great. They're going to be in good hands. So 1st through 3rd graders, you guys have these separate ones just because of aging stuff. Then also 4th through 5th grader, or 4th through 6th grade, you'll also have 2 folders because these leaflets go 3rd grade and 4th grade. And so you'll have your 4th graders and then your 5th through 6th graders. And again, like, we're all reading the same Bible. It's just a matter of, what leaflet are they going to work on? Are they going to, stick with this one, or do they want to do, well, the thing is that I bought them per kid, so they'll have to pretty much stick with their thing. So anyway, I hope this is making more sense of what the Sunday event with CYF looks like. And then if you're doing stuff with a youth, they'll have pink folders up in their room already. We have a whole different resource. So the first few minutes when I'm downstairs with the rest of the kids, they will be doing some playing games. We have a bunch of board games and games to do. And just getting to know each other, checking in on each other. And then I have this resource called Remind Me Again, the facilitator guide. So if any of you decide you want to substitute or help me out on a different Sunday upstairs with the youth, this is pretty much what we're going to be working through. They'll have their own book to work through. This is really just for if I have any additional things that I want to have for them on a Sunday. So I think that's all I have. I'm hoping this answers a lot of questions. I know some of you are brand new. Some of you have been doing this forever. It's going to be new for all of us because it's a new kind of way of doing this curriculum between Children's Chapel and Discipleship Hour. And it's okay if some kids only come to Children's Chapel or Discipleship Hour because they'll still be exposed to the story, to the Bible story, and still have some time for processing. So that's what I've got for you. I'm sorry this is kind of long, but I just really wanted to explain it to you. So we start September 8th. September 8th, I will that Monday, for those of you who are teaching, I will send you all just everything you need to know about that Sunday. A shortened version of this and kind of what the morning will look like, and plus give you a copy of that leaflet or leaflets for the older grades, if that's, so you can just take a look at it so you know what to expect. And that should be it. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Again, I really, really, really appreciate you. If you know anyone else who might be interested, we still have some room for some help, but for the most part, I think we have it figured out.